everyone. Welcome to 40 Gray. It's a podcast. It's weekly. We're two, late 30s guys with adult lives and responsibilities trying to just have a little escapism and an otherwise escapeless existence. We got quarantine. You can't go anywhere. We've got difficult jobs. We've got families that we love and want to support. So what do we do, Tom? We fight with little plastic men and talk about nerdy shit.
The energy on the intro was good.
Well, why lie, right? Let's just call it what it is. I'm Ben, aka LS Demon, and as always, I'm joined by Tommy Bones.
Hello.
Tom, it's been a long week.
Every
Do with it what you will.
Same amount of hours.
Still working on that night. You got his legs done.
Yeah, I can call his legs just about finished. I haven't even primed the torso yet. But he's magnetized.
Yeah, dude, magnetizing is clutch. If you're out there, if I can magnetize things, and I am borderline illiterate when it comes to my ability to hobby, if I can magnetize, you can magnetize, listener. So go learn how to magnetize. It's pretty awesome.
Give you some money.
We said give me some money.
Save you money.
Oh, save you some money.
I was
that sounds threatening, Tom. All right, we got three things to cover today. First, boom, Warhammer, new online previews from Warhammer community. Or anything exciting? We're going to talk about it anyway. Number two, some Kill Team news. We got Pariah Nexus coming out, and a whole bunch of places have been talking about some leaks, some new rules, some 2 damage heavy bolters. Tom and I are going to give you all the hard-hitting analysis. Lastly, we're going to change topics, Tom. We're not going to do a Warhammer thing. We're going to talk about the Mortal Kombat trailer because it actually looks like not garbage.
I was pleasantly surprised for a fighting game movie.
I mean, what, you didn't like Street Fighter, Raul Julia?
Dead or Alive?
Mortal Kombat, the 97 one, was okay.
With Jean-Claude... No, that was also Street Fighter. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme in Mortal Kombat would have been amazing, I think.
Yeah. He already does the splits. Make him jump the cage.
Oh, that's a great point. Yeah, he could just do the nut shot. Well, you know what? Let's hold off on that. Our shop dropped a whole bunch of previews. Was there anything I was excited about? Not really. We'll just go through them real quick, just because why not? Tom, Lumineth, Sigmar, what do you think? Do you care?
No.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm sure there are people that care.
Yeah, and if you do, I'm not, this isn't like an insult to you. Like there is a reason there's a lot of different armies. Here's my problem with Lumineth is this. I couldn't really put my finger on what I didn't like about them. So I brought Gabrielle over. Listeners, you'll know Gabrielle from episodes 2 and 3 when she was on talking about the Geller Fields and warp travel. And I said, Gabrielle, you hate most Warhammer models. Kind of true, not really. What do you think of these guys? And she looked at these Lumineth models and she's like, honestly, they don't look like they belong in Warhammer. And I said, well, what do you mean? Why is that? And she goes, it looks like they just had a shower and somebody ironed their pants.
They're not grimdark.
No, and they have silly hats.
But is Sigmar supposed to be a grimdark setting?
But I mean, Stormcast Eternals are kind of grimdark.
True. Nighthaunt,
Heed Knights of Slaanesh, Ossiarch Bone Reapers.
Yeah, I guess somebody has to care about their personal appearance.
Yeah, there's just, I don't know. Everything's, at least in the paint jobs they do, everybody's wearing like light blue fabric, and it's just really boring to me. But you know what? If that's your thing, if you like funny hats and pressed uniforms, go for it.
And again, the sculpts are really cool.
I will absolutely agree with you. Like there's some really cool stuff. Like they have this shrine that floats and it's got 2 waterfalls coming off, which are like low key. Obviously, the supports holding up the shrine. Very cool. I will absolutely. You're 100% right, Tom. Very cool stuff there.
I think it kind of highlights such a wide gap in between Sigmar and 40K as far as models. Updating the lines and new stuff coming out. Because Sigmar, it seemed like they've got so many cool new models and a bunch of new armies, and they kind of spread the love. Everybody gets something, and everything's really cool, and a lot of thought and depth put into them. And then 40K gets Primaris every other month, and this year it's Necrons. Next year it'll be something else.
It's a really good point. I wonder if because you're right, like it's not just the releases, it's the philosophies of releases.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's like two different business units. Like there's two different like leadership chains.
Mm-hmm.
So that there's like a 40K business and there's an Age of Sigmar business, because that would make sense why Age of Sigmar, there's a lot more risk taking, there's new stuff, there's really impressive sculpts. I mean, there's some good stuff in 40K too, but you're right, they don't have like the organic lines that are like allowing people to fly in the air kind of thing.
Yeah. I think if their business model is to get anyone who doesn't care about Primaris to switch over to Age of Sigmar, they're doing a great job. But I don't know if that's really what they're going for.
I will say, like the Knight, Shadow Stalkers, like all of the Marathi. I have no idea what the hell they're called. All the elves that are full of blood everywhere. Oh, those things are cool. I really like the Daughters of Cain models.
Yeah.
So, all right, Lumineth's not my bag. That's okay. If you like it, anybody out there, good for you. I totally agree with Tom's analysis.
My 2 cents.
I agree. It's a completely different philosophy. But I also think, like, what percentage of GW's business is 40K versus non-40K?
Mm.
Do you know? I actually don't know. I suspect it's more 40K, but I don't know if it's like 2 to 1 or 55-45.
Yeah, I mean, there's like official, unofficial, like what people tend to think, around the forums, that so many people play Space Marines, so that's why they keep churning them out. That's like their cash cow. I don't know what the official reason is.
So I found a Reddit post that says Age of Sigmar is about 30% of sales. This is as of 2 years ago. I guess that would mean that 40. It doesn't give a number for 40K, but it's a lot more. The reason I ask is this: if 40K is the what is the word? The workhorse. That's the word I'm trying to go for. They might be really conservative there, and they might allow more freedom with something that has a higher like upswing potential.
Right.
So it's kind of like Hollywood. They only make the same movie over and over because it's so expensive to make a movie. And these committees, they're like, what's the lowest risk movie formula?
Right. So 40K is an Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah. 40K. Or like a Michael Bay, like Transformers 6 movie. Because it's like, everybody's like, oh, this is shit. And then they go see it anyway. So that's like what 40K is, basically.
Right.
Oh, doobie. Shabadoo.
You know why Adam Sandler movies are always filmed in some like exotic location?
Why?
Because the studios know, like literally, studios know that they can give Adam Sandler a certain budget, and no matter what it is, his movies will make more than that. Right? It's like a guarantee that he's going to make the studios money. So he sees it as an excuse to travel to all these exotic countries and hang out with his friends while he films movies and just dicks around and has fun.
Is that actually the reason, or is that like Tom's analysis?
Yeah, no, that's actually he guarantees the studio money, so they're gonna let him do whatever he wants.
What demon do you think he made a deal with that people would see? Like, how many? Billy Madison, fine. Happy Gilmore, good movie, sure. Little Nicky, garbage. Any of the I pronounced you Chuck and Larry, garbage. The one where he plays his own sister. I thought it was a joke. I didn't think it was a real movie.
The Cobbler.
I actually think I saw that. It was on Netflix, right?
Yeah. I think they all are.
After I watched it, I was like, who is this for? Why did you make this? Oh, I'm a cobbler. Hashabadabadoo. All right, let's move on here. Krolgas Cruciator.
Krolgas Cruciator?
Yeah, that's what. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's a Night Haunt guy.
Krolgas Cruciator,
yeah. Yeah. I think he's cool. I'm not gonna buy him, but he's pretty cool.
Okay. Intense.
Yeah, it's intense. It's grimdark. I like it. right, Gardus
Gardus
Steel.
Steel Soul.
Gardus Steel Soul. My bad. Tom, what do you think about this guy?
I think he has great conversion potential.
100%. Like his armor is pretty cool.
Hmm. The hammers,
That's
I just thought of Vulcan right off the bat.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point because you could totally 40k this guy up. Oh, what's with this little floating like skirt thing?
He just did a power drop.
Oh, he's doing a superhero pose, so it just
Hmm.
fell.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
And he landed with the sword rather than the hammer.
Yeah. Love the armor. I think the little skirt going up is a bit much. He looks like a person who would hand you their keys at a country club because they assume that somebody of your class level is the chauffeur.
Hmm. His armor looks like his mother-in-law bought it for him, but knowing just like knowing like one thing about him, like he likes lions, so he'll love this.
I mean, it's cool armor, but it doesn't fit the guy because I just can't stop thinking about him as the guy who introduces you to his wife Miffy, talks about his third home in the Hamptons, and then says something kind of racist that you're like, I don't really feel comfortable anymore, sir.
Yeah.
Also, his name Gardus Steel Soul.
We need to convey that he's tough. Gardus. I don't know. He's a guard. Call him Gardus.
Yeah. Hey, what's this guy? I'll call him Swordus. What's this guy do? He's pretty feisty. Okay, we'll call him Punches.
Spias.
All right. But you're right. I feel like there's some cool convert. First thing I would do is clip off those stupid fucking little skirt things that are floating in the air. I like the little like purity seals, but those just look dumb. I'd keep the hammer. The sword looks badass, and I would just plop some kind of different head.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That one purity seal says "oof."
I didn't even notice that. Oh my god, it does. It says "oof." Wop wop. Okay, next, White King. It's cool. I'm fine with it.
Hold on, I lost the page. Oh yeah, that's a hell of a lot of detail.
It's a lot of detail. You know what? Like the White King model from like 1992, I still think is an awesome model. I love old school skeletons and undead. So yeah, I think this is probably my favorite thing in the whole release is the White King.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
My page keeps getting reloaded.
Ba 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 ba. Hey, internet.
Gardus Steel.
Gardus Steel Soul. Hey, Gabrielle, can you call me Gardus Steel Soul from now on? My soul is made of steel.
And you guard things.
Does that name impress you?
All right, I'm back up.
Okay. She says she prefer if it was like Steel Soul, as in like you're stealing souls.
Okay.
The only souls he's gonna steal are from poor people who have a unfavorable tax bracket because he tricked them into voting for his preferred candidate.
He's gonna short squeeze their company.
He's the guy. He's the guy saying, "No, sell your GameStop, or buy silver. Silver's the way to go." All right, what do you think of the White King?
White King looks like he would be really fun to paint.
Yeah, he does. I like even like if you look at the reins on the horse, like near the bridle, it's got like skulls on it.
Yeah.
This looks like they got a really talented person who was like, go to the White King. We don't give a shit what you do. Nobody just do it. And they were like, okay. And they spent like 18 weeks making a just amazing model. I wish maybe he had a different head option because it looks like he's like, ah! But other than that, I like him a lot.
Kind of Night Lordy.
Yeah, I like him. All right. Dire Chasm, Head Rack is Mad Mob. The one thing about these guys, there's a model which looks like a good Weird Boy.
Yeah, I think that's the only usable one in 40k though.
Yeah. If I was a Age of Sigmar Orc player, I'd be psyched. These guys look pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, next Warhammer Quest: Cursed City, the not Mordheim. They actually released a lot of stuff about this one. Did you get a chance to look at the 8 hero characters?
Yeah. Was that they showed some, or was that Cursed City?
Yeah, it's Cursed City.
Yeah. They showed some of them last week, right?
Right. So we had seen like the elf lady and the witch hunter guy.
Yeah, the Bloodborne guy.
Yeah.
There's also a dwarf.
So I'll tell you what, let's go one at a time through them, and you tell me what you think. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Bloodborne witch hunter guy.
He's cool.
Yeah, fine.
Gives me a Victorian, feel. I don't know where I would use it.
Next, we got dwarf.
Is he a squat, or was that stricken from the record?
I mean, you could really easily make him like an Imperial Guard squat captain.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's probably my favorite one. I think he looks cool.
Right.
He's got like the Mad Eye Moody eye patch thing.
A scale?
And a scale.
Yeah, on his back.
So you are fat. That counts how many carbs he's eaten for the day.
It's his Weight Watchers points.
All right, then we got this elvish Weight Watcher looking lady.
Mm-hmm. Very druidic.
Yeah.
Make a good D&D piece.
It would. So I actually think the next guy might do okay too. He looks a little bit like there was a Chris Farley movie called Almost Heroes, and he looks like one of the conquistadors from that movie.
I kind of picture Manuel looking like that.
Maybe. Yeah, that was one of our D&D characters. He's like, Senor, did you make fun of my hair?
Very pirate with the cutlass and the pistol.
I like him. He's cool.
Yeah.
Next guy is weird Confucius beard wearing a mask wizardy guy.
Mm-hmm. It feels racist to me. I don't know why.
You mean like you think that this model is a racist, or you think that the model projects some kind of racism?
The model itself.
Okay. Okay. Let's just go with yes. Okay, then we got lady with some kind of Sigmar thing and a mushroom hat.
Cool, I guess. Maybe she has kind of a sororitas vibe.
Maybe. Okay. I don't really care for her. I think her hat's dumb.
Stupid hat.
Going on. Stupid hat. All right, ogre.
The ogre.
This guy I like. I like his little shoulder pad. He's got some character. He's got some good sculpting with his bulging neck veins.
Yeah, he's intense.
And then we have Age of Sigmar, Karen, Brienne of Tarth.
Kind of generic.
There was a really funny, I did not make this up, so I'm stealing this from somebody on Reddit, but there was a meme about her being Karen, so she like marches into the city and is like, let me speak to your manager. She does have a Karen vibe.
I demand a parlay with the chief executive officer.
Like the eyes of that bird thing on her shoulder just seem to be saying, oh my God, shut the hell up. I don't want to hear you complain about why your Frappuccino isn't cooled to the exact right temperature one more time. All right. We've been on this for a while. How about just like one more thing, because there's quite a bit in Cursed City. The head guy, what is his name? Radukar the Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's Sesshomaru from Inuyasha.
What is the show?
He's just a character who wears a wolf skin over his shoulder. Anyway, he looks fit.
There he is. No, I was flipping through the pictures looking for that one. Yeah, there he is.
Some of the weird ghoul vampire guys look pretty cool. The monster guys look pretty cool. Honestly, Cursed City, if it was in 40K, I would probably buy it. As it is, let me see how fun it is to play. But the models are really cool.
Yeah, they are.
The markers are really cool. It looks like a really quality set.
Mm-hmm. The game in a box, right?
Yeah. It's like Warhammer Quest.
The co-op PvE kind of thing.
Exactly. So I think you have like a dungeon master kind of thing. It looks fun.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing. You ready? Did you watch the Bellacore model preview?
Yeah.
Fucking A, right?
Fucking A, man.
Yeah, he looks pretty fucking badass.
I just wish there was a base option, so you didn't have a Stormcast on the base?
I didn't even pick that up. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because you're right, like tons of conversion potential, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. All in all, Games Workshop, some good drops today. Thanks for some good stuff and some garbage stuff. With Bellacore, I think he's going to turn out well, but like I don't know. I'm assuming that like they could give him a Karen haircut too, and he could end up looking ridiculous. Oh no, on his base, he's got like a chaosy looking guy, so you could totally make that into a Marine, I think. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right, agenda item number 2, heavy intercessors.
Mm-hmm.
They're 17 points base. There was a leak that Glass Half Dead covered in full. I won't, steal his thunder. Go watch his channel. He's awesome. Great YouTube stuff. But we found 17 points, and then some of the heavy bolter options for the heavy intercessors are between 6 and 7 points. They all do 2 damage or more. Seems like a pretty good deal. We saw Terminators are getting an extra wound, same price, but now 3 wounds. And we saw that Flamers are at 12-inch range. Now, unsure because the Pariah Nexus book is just with Necrons and Space Marines, I think. That we're unsure if that's going to apply, for example, to Heretics and their Flamers, or Tau and their Flamers.
Right.
So just thought we'd cover it for a minute. Tom, what do you think are the implications of a 2-damage bolter or a 12-inch Flamer?
I initially thought that for Chaos Marines, the upgrade to the heavy bolter was going to make it an auto-include, but I've dialed back on that a little bit, I think, because I directly compared it to the autocannon. And I remember when I was putting my list together after the annual came out, that the autocannon was just so much better. But now that the heavy bolter has gotten better, it seems like they're situational, right? You're still going to want to use the autocannon against toughness 5 and guards for the strength 7. But strength 7 versus strength 5 doesn't make too much of a difference against marine equivalents. So the heavy bolter would be better there. The range is really not much of a difference.
Yeah.
The boards are small, so it's not going to make too much.
And the autocannons are -1 AP, just like the heavy bolter, right?
Believe so.
So, yeah, not too different.
Yeah.
12-inch Flamers, though, is, I think, a bigger impact because that kind of negates your ability to do like a 8.1-inch charge.
Right.
And avoid a Flamer on an Overwatch.
So that's a big deal for Flamer units and hordes.
Yeah, we had a post going, or a thread going with a couple people in our group, and one of the guys just responded, 12-inch Flamers are cancer. So we know how he feels.
He plays hordes.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't have too much to add other than that. Also, just because we're not really sure what will be the other implications for this outside of just Marines and Necrons. I have a conspiracy theory that they deliberately leaked that because there was not enough excitement about the box.
Uh-huh.
Because it seemed like the Pariah Nexus box was just going to be about, new scenarios inside of a Necron Tomb world or specifics. I wasn't really aware that they were going to change a lot of rules in that. But now that, there's new rules, I might have to go for it.
There was also a leak about a new book for Kill Team, something about kill zones, a kill zone book, and nobody seems to know what that is. I have a feeling it's just going to add, because the Pariah Nexus adds rules for terrain thing, like the different pieces of terrain they have effects, and they're also trying to kill you. I think this kill zone book is going to add stuff like that to already existing terrain that's out there and boards, so that you can kind of expand. You don't need to just use, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But even that doesn't seem like it's going to be, like Arena was reasonably game changing because that became the new standard in tournaments.
Right.
But I don't, like, is Killzone going to change the game? I don't get why introduce like a whole another element instead of just first advancing Kill Team to catch up with everything else and answering all of the questions that we have still had for over a year and 3 months now since the annual came out in 2019.
Right. Well, I don't think this was meant to be like a new edition or anything. It was just kind of like an expansion. So there wasn't going to be, terribly groundbreaking stuff. You're not reinventing the wheel.
But that's why I say, like, why do another expansion when you haven't, like, brought the core up to answer all these questions that we have? But, you know, I'm just going to be cranky no matter what, so whatever. Cool. So, make me new models. Okay, so at some point we'll be able to see more about this. We'll get the Pariah Nexus. Hopefully somebody in our gaming group will, and then we can see what is going to come out of that. Yeah, exactly. All right. Last thing for the day. We are, of course, big fans of 40K, but of course we're also just nerds in general. And I liked the Mortal Kombat trailer. We've talked about video games a lot. Thought we would talk about it here. Yeah. Those at home, if you haven't seen it yet, there's a Mortal Kombat movie apparently coming out simultaneously on the internet and HBO Max in April. There's a Red Band trailer which just came out. Very adult. There's some fatalities you see in it.
That was the one I watched.
Yeah. What did you think?
It's got me hooked. I'm interested. Like I said, in the opening, video game, fighting game movies don't always do it, but I think there's some potential here.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they were going to do a series, because I feel like if there was like a 7 or 8 episode kind of season 1, that might be better than just trying to get everything in 2 hours. But things I liked, it just looked kind of cool. The characters looked pretty true to life. It was pretty brutal and violent. The thing I'm most worried about, so they show a decent number of characters. We see Liu Kang and Kung Lao. We see Sonya Blade and Jax. We even see Jax's arms get ripped off by, it seems like SubZero the Elder, a.k.a. Bi-Han. We see Scorpion. I think there's a reptile briefly. Kano is hilarious. He rips out the heart and goes, "Ow, he's a fucking beauty." Real funny. Shang Tsung, Goro even shows up. No Johnny. Oh, Raiden. There's no Johnny Cage, and we don't see Sub-Zero's younger brother, whose real name I can't remember. But we have a guy named Cole Young.
Kelvin. His name's Kelvin.
His name is Kelvin Zero. I believe his last name is Zero. Kelvin Zero. That's right. Kelvin Zero. What do you do for a living, Kelvin? I make drinks colder. Oh, that's great. Get over here and cool my beer. So we don't see Kelvin Zero, but we see Cole Young. Who the fuck is this guy?
Cole Young.
The reason why I wouldn't say like worried, but I'm like, yeah, I'm maybe a little worried. There were several Mortal Kombat games where they had some kind of rando new character that you were forced to play as in the quest part of the game.
Yeah.
So Deception, it was Shujinko, and Armageddon, it was Taven. And I just could not care less about those characters when you've got all these other super strong, interesting ones. I really hope they haven't introduced another loser, faceless person to try to be the proxy for the viewer.
Is he actually Johnny Cage?
That would be interesting. I'd be into that.
Is he actually Sub-Zero?
You mean Kelvin Zero?
There's his brother's name.
What's his name?
My Mandarin is awful, so I'm going to defer to you. Kuailing.
Kuailing.
Yeah.
Oh, Kuai Liang. Yeah, Kuai Liang and his brother Bi-Han, a.k.a. Noob Stylebot. Spoilers.
It's smoke.
So his name in Mandarin. This is a stupid name. So if anybody, his name is Kuai, which means fast, and Liang, which is cool.
He's fast and cool.
But like Liang, like cool as in like a cool cucumber salad. Like that's the word that would be like, oh, yeah, this is refreshing. So he's fast, refreshing.
Brisk.
I listen, I'm not a native speaker, so maybe that isn't as stupid as it sounds, but I think it could be pretty bad.
Maybe there's something lost in translation.
Okay, so Bi-Han, that's the older Sub-Zero, is Cold Wall. Okay. I think that's less bad than Kuai Liang.
Quickly refreshing.
All right. Anyway, movie looks good. Go watch it. Hey, Tom, who's your favorite Mortal Kombat character?
I always use Sub-Zero.
I'm a scorpion guy. It's perfect. Fire and ice.
Just freeze people, and then they can't do anything while you saunter over to them.
Yeah. I like in the movie too, or the trailer they show not just like I'm gonna freeze you, but it's also that I'm gonna put ice on the ground and I'm gonna create like a little ice wall to throw somebody through. Yeah. Anyway, it looks good.
He freezes the dude's blood and uses that as a weapon.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, that's pretty swagger. I mean, that's like, hey, I'm gonna punch you. Take your like frozen like nostril blood, and then punch you with it.
Yeah, the action looks pretty cool.
It does. All right. Then everyone, thanks for spending some time with us. We're going to be doing some cool stuff in the coming weeks. But as always, if you have any feedback or input or things you'd like to see, shoot us a note. We're going to have a special guest soon to talk about Drukari and their love for Drukari. Where Tom and I are working on some radio dramas set in the 40K universe that might be coming out at some point. Or not. Maybe we'll just, work and life will overtake us and we'll run out of time,
Or not.
Or not. But anyway, what do we always say, Tom?
Suck it.
Mash that like and subscribe button. Oh boy. Anyway, thanks. Adios, muchachos.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Look at how powerful these magnets are.
Wow, it's pretty. Tom has a magnet that is holding itself through his finger. There's a magnet on one side, a magnet on the other side.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Look at these magnets! Like and subscribe!
Squirrel!